Welcome to our live. It's Monday, November 8th. It is also the day after daylight savings. So it's all dark and crazy here where I live in the Midwest, which is no fun. So we're going to put some happy Stampin' Lips Stampin' Lips on. Ooh, got to be careful. I'm going to go outside the lines. It is a great day to be stamping, though. It really is the sign of stamping season where it's nice and dreary and cold, which is perfect stamping weather. Of course, not all of you live in this Midwest climate. You live in places where there's like oceans and sun and deserts and things like that and whatever. But I'm so excited that you are here no matter where you are. We are having a great fall here. The leaves on the trees are so gorgeous. In fact, I might even show you some pictures. I took some pictures of the trees in the front of my house last week because they were so pretty. And I think on about Monday or Tuesday, we had a pretty good frost. And like, this was a leaf on my walk with Izzy. But we had a pretty good frost and that really made all the leaves come down. So like, there they are. Do you like how I put the shameless puppy content in for you? You're welcome. So, it's so pretty outside right now as the leaves come down. Here, this was before that frost. This is a tree in my front yard. So I just think it's so pretty. I love the change of season and fall. It's so gorgeous. These are the trees. So nice. So anyway, we had a lovely weekend with the fam. My son, let's see, he had a time trial just to like see where they're at because they have a race this weekend, his final race of cross country season. It's a Nike race in Sioux Falls, and I'm a little sad because I'm not going to be there, but I think a lot of people are going to be there, so maybe it's okay. And he said his run was average, but yet it was a PR. So I don't know. I feel like he doesn't quite understand what the word average means, but that's whatever. Anyway, and then what else? Oh, it was my husband's birthday yesterday. And so we had kind of a nice day. He got to play in the garage, which makes him happy. And I got to play with Izzy, which makes me happy. And everybody's happy. We took Izzy to PetSmart yesterday because we needed, well, first of all, we just wanted to like do something with her. And we needed to get a couple things. Most importantly were nail trimmers. I have one of those like grinder things, but it doesn't work very well with her teeny little nails. So we just got a nail cutter trimmer thing. And we discovered that she loves going and being social. Like she is all about that. And B, it is like so handy to give her a Kong with peanut butter. And I think we could probably do just about anything to her while she was licking that Kong. So that was pretty awesome. Normally, like when we've cut her nails so far or tried to, she's like blah, all over the place. But the Kong really is distracting. So I'm sure anybody who has a pet probably is aware of that, but our vet told us to freeze peanut butter in the Kong, and it really worked. So, and the frozen part makes it last a little longer, if you know what I mean. Like it takes her longer to get the peanut butter out. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. She went to town on that thing, and I trimmed every single one of her nails in like a few minutes. So it was awesome. Anyway, so that was kind of fun to do with her. She loved meeting new people. We didn't let her mingle too much with dogs, but she liked the people and it's really cute. So Yes, but she still is in that phase where if she doesn't have something in her mouth, she is clawing at you. I mean, like biting on you. So, like, she bites your arms a lot and my clothes a lot. And she loves cardigans because she likes getting the ends of them. So, I really can't wait till this phase is over, but I think it's going to be a while. She's really not good for my productivity, I will tell you that. So I got to figure out how I'm going to get all my things done with her. So anyway, but it is wonderful that my husband is back. He was gone last week for work, and let me tell you, it was a struggle here. He really struggled a lot. So I'm really glad that he's back, and hoping he doesn't have to go anywhere overnight anyway for too often. I say that as I'm trying to figure out a plan so we can go visit Barb soon. I really want to go before Christmas. We'll see if we can make it happen. Anyway, it is wonderful to see all of you guys on here, and I've seen several people say it's their first time live. Yay, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. I've got some really awesome projects planned for today's live. I also have a fun fold, and that's kind of been my thing of doing fun folds and then having a card challenge for you on my Stamping with the Creativity Cave Facebook page or Facebook group, I should say. And I'm going to do that today. So watch for that. It's, I can do that as our first card. And then, I've got a stamp set to give away. I've got, all kinds of stuff to tell you. And so it's going to be a great live today. Let me grab my visual aids. So it is so fun to see you guys all here, though. I hope you all had great weekends and enjoyed some time. I know it was just beautiful weather here in the Midwest this weekend, so I hope wherever you were, it was nice. Also, I've got game night happening tomorrow. I'm very excited about it. We kick things off with a mystery stamping event tonight, so that's going to be lots of fun. And then game night live is tomorrow night. I'll even flash a couple of the projects that we're going to make because they're awesome. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, so someone said my makeup is awesome, and you're very, very sweet. It's really because I actually have it on. I finally have given up with my my summer tan is no longer cutting it. So I actually have makeup on. Probably the last couple weeks I've been wearing it when I'm on camera. So that is that's kind of where that came from. So thank you. Yeah, I actually have it on. It's the big change. Mascara and everything. So yeah, but thank you. That's very sweet. It's always nice to hear a wonderful compliment like that. So I appreciate it. And let me tell you, I don't get done up for just anyone, just you guys, really. So I think that makes me giggle a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to flip the camera around and tell you what's going on in the world of Stampin' Up, and I will give away my stamp set, and then we're going to get stamping. So I'm going to flip this around. Close your eyes for just a moment. Okay. Da, da, da. So first off, welcome. Oh, Sue, you're just the sweetest. Thank you. Let me tell you, there are some times I don't always look super cute, but I really appreciate that. You're very kind. So first off, Stampin' Up has an amazing special going on right now. It was kind of a sort of a last minute thing that they're offering, the Start with Savings promotion, where you can purchase the starter kit in the US for $75. And it is such a great deal. So for $75, you pick $125 in merchandise that you choose, whatever you want, out of our holiday catalog or our annual catalog. You get to be a part of Stampin' Up. You have no obligation to do events or anything like that. You can just enjoy a discount. And of course, when you join with my team, I have all kinds of really awesome perks that are associated with being a demonstrator with me. We have an amazing group of people, super positive and uplifting. I love my team oh so very much. In fact, several of them are on here, so say hi if you're watching. And so it is literally, it is a no-brainer. If you are ordering a lot of Stampin' Up, I highly encourage you to take advantage of this special. It really is the best deal we offer. You can save 20 to 25% on all your purchases after this. You don't have to have an order in until March 31st, so it is like the perfect time to join Stampin' Up right now. So it's a great deal. We also, as demonstrators, can pre-order things, and we're going to have the pre-order for the new catalog coming up shortly. So it's really great. And thank you all who are commenting. I appreciate that. It is such, like I said, it's just such a good deal to get in on this. So I highly encourage you to join. If you have any questions about this, though, please do give me a shout out. I'm happy to answer them, an email or a message on Facebook, and we'll get you taken care of. And make sure that you get what you would like with this. It really is a great deal. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, there, I'm done. All right. One of the other things that I have is the Discover Your Creativity. This is a new video series that I started 2 weeks ago, but I could not get it done last week because I needed like puppy daycare or something. I don't know. But I have this week's video is already shot. The projects are done. I'm very excited about them. So check this out. It is going to be posted Wednesday. Today's Monday. Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Time, which is my time. And we have, like I said, some really great projects. This is a series that's ongoing, so watch for it every week. Like I said, I started it the week before last, and then I just couldn't get it done. That dang puppy, she is just kind of a handful. So there you go. I did see a couple questions. Is there a grace period? Yes, there is a pending month in April, and then the special ends what month is it now? November 30th. So yeah. Okay. And then, like I said, tomorrow night is our Stampin' Game Night workshop. I have over $500 in prizes to give away to 5 lucky winners. So make sure you get registered. I have a lot of packets left, and I really, really, really need to get rid of them. So I put the link to register in the description of this video, along with my classes for this month. So if you want to get registered, please do. We're going to make some awesome projects, and I'm going to quick flash them because I think you're going to love them. Okay, so there's this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So you're going to really want to get involved with this class or this event. Your packet is going to have all kinds of amazing goodies in it. So make sure you join us tomorrow night. Tonight we're going to do some mystery stamping. So your registration will have the information about mystery stamping in our Facebook group to get in on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Okay, next up, I have 2 classes this month, the Eden's Garden online class, and we're going to make a project with this bundle tonight, as well as my Creativity to Go kit is with the Peaceful Place bundle. Or Peaceful Cabin. I guess I wrote Peaceful Place. It's Peaceful Cabin. It's like one is the suite name, one is the bundle name. But this is going to be a really great class because the projects can be masculine projects or full-on holiday projects. So it's really nice. And there's a good variety in here, kind of some fun stuff. So I hope you will join us for that. Both of these classes have links in the description. And if you get both of them, you save $5. So that's a great deal. Also, my Sunshine and Creativity delivered box this month. You register for it this month, and then it will come next month. And we're going to focus on two products: the tailor-made tags, dies, as well as the watercolor shapes stamp set. This is such a versatile stamp set, and these are incredibly versatile dies. I'm already super excited about the projects. I've got a couple made already. And so it's going to be pretty awesome. You have until November 30th to get subscribed to this. And then after you are in the club for 6 months, you get a $30 product credit. So that's kind of a good deal. The kits contain all kinds of fabulous goodies. The videos kind of are all extra, meaning I give you lots of tips and tricks, even more so than even my normal videos. And we kind of dive deep into the stuff. So I have had nothing but incredibly positive feedback about these kits. So if you are not involved in this, I do recommend it. It's pretty awesome. And then, of course, when you order from me, first of all, you help support these awesome free videos like today. And they are available. I have a huge catalog of videos that you can watch and catch up on, but it really helps me if you purchase through my online store. That's what helps fund the making of all these videos, because they don't just happen. They actually have quite a bit of behind the scenes work that goes into them. But I also have gifts when you purchase through my online store. You can get the Sweet Symmetry All-Star Tutorial PDF. This is something I sell for $15, but you can get it for free when you purchase through my online store. And each one of these has a video tutorial associated with it, well, as well as photos and directions or dimensions in both English and metric units. So if you are overseas, you can purchase this from me, or if you are local, you can get it free when you order through my online store. This is my gift for the month of November. And we're about to send these out. My assistant was out last week with a little injury. So we're working on getting caught up on our emails, but it's a really great tutorial. I've already had some great feedback on it. So I love that. And the group that puts them together is pretty awesome. Sunshine and Creativity boxes. The cost is $49 per month, and you can cancel anytime you want. But the box itself has about $35 in product in it, plus all the pre-cut cardstock to make typically 5 to 6 projects. And then there's always some fun extra stuff that I put in. So it's a really great deal. Okay, now I mentioned I have a stamp set to give away. I've got the Words of Cheer stamp set, which is one I actually used a couple weeks ago during our live. We're actually going to use this tomorrow night during our game night. So this is a great stamp set to have. And the winner of that is Mary Lopes. I think that's how you say that, or Lopez. I think Lopes, though, because Lopez would be Lopez, right? I don't know. So, Mary, I'm bad at words, but congratulations to you. I'm pretty sure I have your address. If not, though, just drop me an email with your address and we'll get this sent out to you right away. So, congratulations to you, Mary. Yay. All right, now our first card, as I mentioned, is a fun fold. So we're going to start with a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 11 inches in size. And it's not a half sheet, it's bigger than that. So we're going to take that piece and then we're going to score it a few times. So I'm going to open up my trimmer. And by the way, we talk about using our Stampin' Up! Trimmer in my my Discover Your Creativity video series on Wednesdays. We're going to talk about the trimmer this week. So it's going to be kind of a great introduction to using the trimmer, especially if you're not confident cutting cardstock. And we'll be actually focusing on that over the next few weeks. So that'll be good if you struggle with cutting cardstock. Okay, so I've got my 5.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. I'm going to start with, this is just a scrap to try it out with you. And then we're going to write all the dimensions so that you can follow this along easily at home. Now I'm going to score this with my scoring blade. That's the lighter blade on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer at 1 3/4 of an inch. at 3.5 inches, at 5.25 inches, and 7 inches. Okay. And when you do that, you're going to have we're going to kind of do an accordion fold on here. And then our card looks like this. And I don't know if there is a name for this, by the way, but this is how it's going to look. So I'll put this on here, and then I'm just going to draw in our little score lines. Okay, so there we go. And let me know if there's like a name for this fold that you are aware of. I don't know the names of things. If all of you who are saying you're super blurry, make sure you have the right setting on your thing. I think it's that you're at the wrong setting. So maybe go down. I'm not sure. I can't do anything from my end right now. So, okay. I don't think my connection is bad though. Let me see if I can pull it up on my iPad here quick. Okay. Getting better now. Okay. All right. So here is our card. Now we also are going to need a 3.25 by 6.5 inch piece, and you'll score that in half. And that piece is going to fit on here like that. Okay. And then on this piece, we'll also have 2 3x3 inch pieces of white, which will go on that piece. And then we also need 2 1.5 by 5.25 inch pieces of DSP or designer series paper, which is printed paper. And so we'll use those here in just a moment as well. Okay, so our card is going to end up like that. Okay, so now I have done that ahead of time just to make sure I got it all right with a piece of evening evergreen. And like I showed you just a moment ago, here is my smaller piece. This is a piece of soft succulent cardstock. And then we're going to do some stamping, and then we're also going to do we're going to adhere some DSP to this. So I've got 2 pieces from the Ever Eden DSP, which is part of the Eden's Garden collection of products. This is our special this month. And during this month and next month, you can get an extra PDF with projects featuring these products for free if you order the bundle or the whole collection from me. Also, you can get the online class, and those will be different projects. So just so you know, there's an online class, and then there's a tutorial. So if you order the products from me, you'll get the tutorial. If you order the class with the products, you'll get both the class and the tutorial. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, so it's just it's an extra this month, I guess, if you order this product. Now the bundle will continue to be available for purchase. It's actually a preview from our upcoming mini catalog. And then the rest of the products, which are the consumables, the gems, the DSP, and whatnot, those will be available while supplies last. So there you go. Okay. Now to continue with our project, we've got, like I said, we've got our 3¼ by 6½. We've scored it in half, and we're going to do a little stamping on this. We're going to use the 3x3 pieces. So on the first piece, I'm going to take an image from the stamp set. And one of the things I love about this stamp set is it's got these gorgeous designs that are part of our distinctive collection of stamps, which means they're just super rich in detail. And the best way to get those details to come through when you stamp is to make sure your ink pad is not too juicy. I recently re-inked my soft succulent ink pad. So what I'm going to do is work the ink that's sitting on a spoon. You've probably seen me do this before because I do it relatively regularly. Get the ink to be not too juicy, so to speak. And I'm also going to start by inking or cleaning my stamp off because I had it. Okay, so now I've inked this up, and then of my squares, and then look at all that gorgeous detail. So there's built-in darker. Now we're going to actually stamp right over the top of this with our darker Evening Evergreen ink, and I've got one of the sentiments from this stamp set that says, "Dear friend, how are you?" And so I think this is kind of a nice little sentiment. I think this is such a perfect card for after the holidays. Like after all that crazy hustle and bustle, or even really during the holidays, checking in on people and just letting them know you're thinking about them and hope they're okay. So I am going to put that right there. And then on the other piece is going to go on the back of this, and this will be kind of the inside of my stamp or of my card. And so I'm going to take and just add some of these pretty little smaller images along the edge here. And I think I'm going to use this one right here. I'm bringing in some grid paper to protect my work surface. And that looks pretty good. And then I might add some of this sort of smaller image in my darker color, like that, just to kind of decorate. But what's nice is I've got plenty of room to do my writing. Okay, and so we've got this one like this. Again, that's going to go on the outside. And then this one is going to go here on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this. I just like kind of setting everything up to make sure that where I'm adhering stuff is where I want it to be, if that makes sense. Okay, and then we will permanently adhere this in just a little bit. Okay, now the other thing I want to do is take and stamp some more of those coordinating images on my cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to take that first image I did in the lighter color, and this time I'm going to stamp it in the darker color. And here's where it's just so pretty. Like, look at that gorgeous, subtle design on here. So pretty. And then I will also do a little bit right here in the corner. Okay, so I've just added a few more touches to make my card a little something extra. Okay, now the next thing that I want to do is add a little bit of ribbon, and we've got a few different ribbons to choose from. I'm going to use some of my, I've got soft succulent. I'm going to pull out the darker color, which is my Evening Evergreen ribbon, and I'm going to just kind of I'm going to actually put this through the center. I always like deciding on my ribbon after the fact it's too late. But I think I can slide this under here because I didn't put adhesive all the way on the whole paper. There we go. And then I'm just going to tie this on. Grab my snips like so. Ugh. Now I have another example of this fold, by the way, for you besides just this one that I received in a swap card that I'm going to show you here in just a minute, just to give you another idea of this. And you can certainly kind of alter this however you would like. Okay, now I also would like to use my gems. Let me grab them quick. They're really pretty. And in our class, we're going to do something really awesome with these. But they come in 3 different sizes. And so I'm just going to sprinkle a couple of these on here. And they're kind of cool because they're sort of iridescent-y. And they're just interesting, these gems. So they kind of have a red sheen, a green sheen, and like, I don't even know. They're interesting. Okay, now to put this on my card, what I like to do is kind of find the position in here. Okay, so I like this spot, and then I'm going to hold this in place, open this up, and then I'm going to put my adhesive on here like so. Ugh. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to close this again, making sure it's where I want it, and I'll give it some good pressure on the end. Okay, and then same thing over here. I'm going to open this back up, put some adhesive just on that one side so that my card will open up all the way, and then I'll adhere it like that. Okay, so when I open my card, you can see this gorgeous design kind of surprise on the inside. But wait, there's more. Okay, right now, this is 4 inches across, our card is, and a normal card is 4 1/4. So I thought, well, I've got a little space I can play with here. What could I do that would be pretty awesome? Well, let me tell you, our set of dies in that bundle has this gorgeous edge piece. So I die cut this out of some of the soft succulent ink or cardstock, a scrap of that, and we're going to adhere it to the back side. And this makes, again, just a gorgeous edge for our card that's going to stick out and really make this card a little extra, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we're going to cover up some of that edge. And so you can probably see that's why I didn't do a ton of stamping along here, because I was going to add this fancy pants business. Okay. So I'm just going to trim off the excess here. And there is our gorgeous card. So you can write in here. You could also cut a 3rd piece to fit under here, and then you could write on this, if you don't want it to show. But it's a really pretty design and just so simple, honestly. When you get down to it, it's pretty simple. So there you go. So that is our card challenge, and I'll bring in my template once again for you. So 5 1/2 by 11, you're going to score at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and 7. And then that second piece, which is not pictured on here, is the 3 1/4 by 6 1/2. Score at 3 1/4. Here's your 2 pieces of DSP and your 2 pieces of white. So that is, and I don't know if there's a name for this. I guess accordion fun fold, but I don't know. Surprise on the inside, accordion fun fold, an M fold, peak fold. I don't know. It could be anything, but that is our card. Now, my challenge to you is to create a project with this fun fold and share it in our Stamping with the Creativity Cave Facebook group. There is not a graphic on there yet, but there will be after our live. It might not get up till tomorrow, but it will be there. So you can create a project and then post it under that graphic, and then you'll be entered in a drawing for a free bundle. And I will do the drawing in 2 weeks. So you've got 2 weeks to do this on the 15th. So your projects need to be posted by the 14th on Sunday so that I can get everybody entered. Twin Peaks fold. Ooh, Twin Peaks. Like, did you call it that? Like, is that really what it's called, or did you make that up? And I'm totally cool with either one because I love naming stuff. Usually my names are a little less like legit though. But I do like Twin Peaks fold. That is kind of what it is. Made it up. We could totally go with it though, right? I'm with you, Nydia. Thank you. All right, so that is our fun fold. Okay. And oh, I told you I had another example. This was a swap card I received a while back, and here it is. So kind of fun. This is with the stamp set in our current mini catalog called Strong of Heart, I believe. I can't find it on my shelf for some reason. Yes, Strong of Heart. I found it. So isn't that pretty? And then this is the Painted Christmas DSP. So another fun example. Okay, so now we've got a couple more cards to make. I'm pretty excited about our cards. Obviously, I really like that one because it was fun. But our next card is going to be kind of a shabby chic Christmas, maybe is a good name for it, or a country Christmas. I don't know. It's a really pretty card. And it is going to feature the Bright Bubbles bundle. I'd had a couple requests to use this bundle, so I wanted to show you a fun card with this. So I pulled out, I had kind of this idea in my head to use some wood grain paper, and I didn't find the pattern I liked left in my packet, but I found a different pattern that I liked even more. So yay, yay. Like, win-win, right? Okay, so I just had to clean up a little. So what I'm going to do with this is I pulled out this pattern. Well, actually, let me back up. I did find this wood grain pattern, but I didn't like the wood grain that much. But then when I flipped it over, I was like, ooh, look at that. I'm pretty sure this is like 70s or 80s upholstery, but it totally works. So I cut myself a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece of that, and I'm going to adhere it to a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inch piece of Very Vanilla. And I think vanilla is country-ish, so that's what we're going to do. Or shabby chic-ish. I'm not sure. Okay, so we've adhered those two layers together. Then I die cut the solid ornament out of some of my Very Vanilla cardstock, as well as the detailed snowflake ornament out of some Blushing Bride cardstock. And oh, I love this. So I love pink and wood grain, or in this case, upholstery. Together. I love the pink and brown. I think that's a really great combination, and it is so pretty. So what I'm going to do is take my silicone craft mat and my liquid glue, and I am going to take my sponge and I'm just going to spread this out a little bit and then flip this over and put the adhesive on here so that it will stick nicely to my solid ornament. So we'll just center that up on there. Somebody asked if I would show the dimensions again. I will post that picture with the dimensions. Once again, you can also catch the replay, and it's our first project, so you'll be able to see it again. Okay, so we've got that. Isn't that pretty? Now what I want to do for this is pop this up onto my card. And I'm giggling, I have a sheet of dimensionals that's almost done. And I'm going to put, I'm going to put this down, and I want to use a little linen thread. I love my linen thread. And so we're going to make it like it's an ornament hanging on here. So we'll put this on kind of like that. And then our linen thread will just go over the top. So I'll trim that and then adhere it once again. I'm actually going to adhere it with a dimensional because we're going to pop this up onto our card as well. So that'll hold it into place. And then I'll put a few more on here to pop up our card. And then we're going to put this all on a piece of thick vanilla cardstock. Now, I tried a couple different options, and this was my favorite. I tried early espresso. I tried crumb cake. I even tried Blushing Bride, but this was actually my favorite combination, and I think it's because it just looked nice. And by the way, this sure got on here crooked. Let's fix that. Yikes. Who put that on there like that? Gravity doesn't work at an angle like that, does it? Okay. So we'll just pop that up on there like so. And oh, I just think that looks so pretty, but let's make it awesome. So I'm going to start by stamping my sentiment, and I'm actually going to pull a sentiment from a different stamp set. Ooh, where did it go? Here it is. And that is from the Christmas to Remember. This is like the best word set for the holidays. It's just so pretty. So I'm going to stamp that in some Blushing Bride. Now, I have mentioned before that I really don't like the Blushing Bride ink. I think it looks awful, but I can handle it in small doses, and this is a pretty small dose. I wish we had a pink. Actually, I really wish we just had Positively, or no, what was that color called? Not Pink Pirouette. That was it. That was a true, beautiful pink. Oh, so pretty. This is not as pretty as that was. Don't hate on me, though. It used to be prettier, I swear. I don't know. Something happened. But I like the 'Tis the Season, and we're just going to put that down here. Now, when this dries, it's going to look a little better than it currently does, just FYI. It will dry it just a little bit lighter. Now, we're also going to take Blushing Bride ribbon, which I don't know how this even can be the same color. Ooh, what did I do with it? Uh-oh, I pulled it out so I could use it. And now where did it go? I hate when this happens. I know it's just under something. That's where I always find stuff in my office, under something. Oh, man. No. Oh, here it is. It fell down. Okay. So now when you look at the ribbon, it does pretty much match the cardstock, but let's be honest, that is not the same color. I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm going to take a little hunk of this ribbon and I'm going to fold it in half. By the way, this is ribbon that's in the holiday catalog. And when you fold it in half and go from the fold line out, you get the little, kind of bow tie ends. Okay, someone said, I love your honesty. Honestly, there are very few things that I am critical about with Stampin' Up. I am very much team Stampin' Up. I believe in the products we sell. I couldn't lie about products. I couldn't sell things I didn't think were great, but there are just a couple things that just aren't right in my book. And, it's tricky. You can't please everybody. I know the attempt to please a gazillion demonstrators is really, let's be honest, impossible, especially because we're mostly women, but they do a pretty dang good job all things considered, but this is just one that bugs me, and I don't know why. I really wish they would have put me on the council of people who decided what the colors were going to be that year, because I would have stepped in and put my foot down on this one. But I will say, whoever got Coastal Cabana in, I would just say kudos, because y'all know that's my favorite color. If they take that away, I don't know how I'll handle it. All right, so I just am tying this, okay, and then we'll put that in here like so. So I'm going to tie a little bow, and then I want it to kind of just mirror the bow that I created. Now you might be saying, why are you going to all this trouble, Dina? And I have the answer for you. And that is because it adds a nice little touch without a lot of bulk. Because at the end of the day, we want to be able to send this without spending $150 in postage. I'm a little facetious, but not a ton. Okay, so there we go. We've got that all on there, and oh, it's so pretty! Isn't that just gorgeous? Okay, but wait, there's more. You knew it. It was going to happen. I think we're just going to put some pearls on to decorate this, because pearls say, nothing says shabby chic like a little pearl action. So I'm going to take one big one and put it in the center, and then I'm going to put some smaller ones kind of wherever you want. I will put them by this little diamond thingy. Now, you probably don't want to make like 150 of these to send, but for the people in your life who appreciate a nice card, I think this is pretty fun. So there is my shabby chic Christmas bauble card. Now, on the inside, you can add whatever other sentiment you want. And I'm thinking, love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. I love that. Also, I was thinking about singing it, but then I thought better of it, because you didn't all need to hear that. If you know what I'm saying. Okay, now, because I really kind of vehemently hate that color, I'm going to stamp this in soft suede, and no one will know. And soft suede will look nice with this. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, so there you have it. All right, so I really only used the dies on this particular card. And I also, by the way, thought about using one of the bauble ornaments, but I ended up not, just because they're kind of big. But it is a really pretty card. Okay, so there we have that. And then this is kind of a flat embellishment, which is nice for mailing. Okay, so there's our next card. Ooh. Okay, so our next card is actually a game night reject, which might sound kind of funny, but it is a card that I wanted to do for game night, but a different card made it in. So hopefully you'll like this. I'm going to start with a half a sheet of Misty Moonlight on this next card. And we're going to be using the Inspired Thoughts bundle. This is such a great bundle. And I love the sentiments that are in here. There's a whole bunch of different ones. I especially love the sympathy and the Christmas in here is so nice. But there's just really nice words. And what I love is the set has kind of the innie and the outie stamps. So for instance, we're going to stamp something on the inside and the outside of our card. Okay, now I took a piece of DSP that is from the Beauty of the Earth DSP, and I cut it to 5 1/4 by 4 inches to fit on our card here like this. And I just love this design. It's so pretty. I like this design too. But we're doing a Christmassy card for this one. And you know what? As I'm sticking this on here, I realized I didn't want to do that quite yet because I want to emboss on this. And I'll show you what I mean. So I die cut at a time the tree die from this set, and which by the way I love. So it will fit on here just like that. I die cut this from white cardstock, and I'm going to adhere this, but what I want to do is stamp on here in between my trees with one of the sentiments in here. And so we have the peace, joy, love sentiment, which I think is lovely. And it goes so nicely with this card, by the way. I'm just grabbing my Versamark. So I'm going to drop my embossing buddy on here. I haven't adhered anything. I'm just placing that die cut on here so I can position everything where I want it. And so I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to use the better inked ink pad though. No, maybe that is this one. Okay. So I'm going to ink that up really nicely and then stamp this like so on here. Okay. And then we're going to run this through our white embossing powder. Okay. So that's why I didn't want to adhere this to my card yet, because we have to emboss it first. Okay, so we've got that on there. And you don't have to emboss it, but I think it shows up so much better if you do. If you do not emboss it, you would stamp it in white ink. But DSP is not terribly dark, so it's not going to show up that well. Okay, but there it is embossed. So that looks great. And now we're going to take this big die cut and we're going to ink it up once again. So our silicone sheet here is so nice because you can just remove that glue and there's just something really satisfying about getting the little glue goober off my sheet. I don't know what it is, but I love this. So I'm just going to do that quick. And then we're going to do this again with some more liquid glue. Now we've got a bit of a bigger image, so I'm going to stick just a bit more glue than normal on here. We'll kind of do that. Flip this over, and then we're just going to adhere the trees to our card. Okay, so I'll flip that around, get rid of this, let it dry so I can get rid of the goober again. It's the little things in life, right? Okay, and then I'm just going to position this onto my card like so, and voila. Look at that. I'm not full of ink, and this is adhered. Awesome. So isn't that gorgeous? But wait, there's more. Okay, so I took like the little stinker. I will answer that adhesive sheet question in just a minute. I took and die cut a little birdie from, now this is from the other tree set, the Beauty of Friendship die bundle with the other tree dies. And I realize that having 2 tree sets is kind of a lot, but there are little birds and other stamp sets along the way somewhere. You might have one, or you might have a stamp that you could stamp in red and cut out, you know, fussy cut or whatever. But I do really like this. So I'm going to take a mini dimensional, throw that on the back there, and then we're going to just add this cardinal to our tree. And doesn't that just make it kind of amazing? Hi, Tracy from Australia. How are you? Okay, so I really like the look of that. So I'm going to take my clear Wink Stella because you know I'm kind of a fool for this. I love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to spritz this. So I'm just smacking my clear Wink Stella against my bone folder here. And I think this is my one that's almost empty. Let me try my other one. I got a couple of these. Okay, there we go. Smacking that against, oh yeah, more's coming out of this one. And I've got a Winter Wonderland on here. I mean, the more you smack it, you know, you might even get a full-on blizzard if you're not careful, but I don't know if you can catch that. But there's all kinds of little sparkles on here, so that's really pretty. Now on the inside of our card, I've got a little leftover scrap of this DSP that I had from trimming down the cardstock for the front. So we'll just adhere that to the edge. This is about 3/4 of an inch, and this is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white. And then I will take the coordinating stamp kind of innie sentiment, and I'm going to adhere this to the inside. Okay, and I'll do that, I think, in Misty Moonlight ink. So it's just kind of pretty like that. Wishing you all the beautiful gifts of Christmas. So I love that there's innie and outie sentiments. Now, there was a question about why don't I use adhesive sheets? And that is a good question. So first and foremost, because that requires you to think about it before you die cut. Okay, so that is one reason. The other reason is when you die cut something like this, which is pretty big, it's a pretty big chunk of that adhesive sheet you need to cover this. And then there's all of this wasted stuff, really. So that's kind of a bummer. And also, I find that pulling off the backing on these intricate dies is actually not super easy. Like, it kind of sticks and all those little pieces in there kind of stick. I find it honestly is easier to do my glue trick, and it's cheaper. And that's telling you something because I sell products for a living. So it would behoove me to sell you a more expensive product. But honestly, I think the glue and the silicone mat works easier for me. And I mean, I'm giving you like years of experience behind that answer. So that's my personal comment. Now, that isn't to say that there isn't just there isn't, I mean, there is a use for those adhesive sheets. It's just not on this particular one that I'm finding it to be very useful. So that's just my honest opinion. Okay, so there's our next card. Isn't that pretty? And really pretty easy. It's just a little DSP in the background. Kind of fun. So this one did not make it into our game night, but we are going to make some really cool projects at game night. So I just wanted to make that next one. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. I need a sip of Diet Coke. Okay, so our final card is another didn't make it into a different video. This is, I guess, sort of a preview. And I'll giggle because I shot the video over the weekend and thought about posting it over the weekend. And then I thought, oh, just forget it. Do it next week, Dina. So anyway, I might have said in the video that we're going to do it in today's live, but it's actually, you're not going to see that video till Wednesday. But this was a card that I made kind of based on what I was talking about during my upcoming, as in 2 days, video called Discover Your Creativity, that series of videos. And like I said, it was just a project that I was kind of working on, well, or came about from what I made in that video next week. So I guess it's a prequel in that I made the project at the end of shooting the video, but I'm showing it to you before you're actually going to see the video. So I don't know. That's not really a prequel, but whatever that is, that's what this card is. So I'm going to start with a piece, half a sheet of crumb cake cardstock, which is one of my favorite card stocks, especially for fall. And I'm going to use a stamp set that's one of my favorites and basically the focus of the video on Wednesday, and that is the lovely You stamp set. I love this for many reasons, but it's a really great stamp set, and one that if you've been around a while, you probably have, because it, like I said, it's a really great stamp set. If you don't, you need it for sure. And then I'm also going to incorporate in our video a color scheme from the first video that I did, which is the Pear Pizzazz, Pool Party, Bermuda Bay, and Cajun Craze color combo. And I really like this color combo. So I'm going to start by, I've got a piece of 1-inch cardstock, and I'm actually going to put this on my piece of white. So this is 4 by 5¼ white, and then this is just a 1-inch scrap of white cardstock. And I'm going to take this and draw some faint lines on here to just show me where the edges are going to be. Okay, so they're not perfect, but you can see I've just got a couple faint lines on there. And then what I'm going to do is take a few of my images from this stamp set, and I'm going to stamp them down using those lines as a guide. And it will help me kind of position everything where I want it on my card nicely. Okay, and so let me get my blocks out here. And again, this set is just so much fun. Okay, so normally when I would stamp a card like this, I would tell you to go from lightest to darkest colors, but I'm actually going to go opposite of that. I'm going to kind of go from sort of darkest to lightest. So our two dark colors are Bermuda and Cajun. So I'm going to start with Bermuda. And we're going to ink this up and stamp this on here a few times. And so you can see I'm kind of going above and below that line. And then I also know, you know, like where things will sort of sit based on that line, which is helpful. Okay, next I'm going to go with kind of my next darkest color. We're saving this one for last, by the way. And then I'm going to add in some Pear Pizzazz leaves. And again, you can see I have them coming up and not as much throughout my card. I'll do a little bit right there. And then knowing our lines, all of that's going to be covered up. So if it gets messy, it's no big deal. Okay. So then let's just check in. Yes, that looks much better. Then I'm going to continue with some Pool Party. So this is kind of our light color. And I'll do that with this biggest kind of stamp image. So I'm sort of working my way down. And we'll stick that kind of off the end there. I even love this because my stamp pad is kind of drying out, which is good. We'll put one right there and maybe just a little touch right there. And maybe even just a little right there. Now you can see this is getting real messy, but don't worry, we're going to cover it all up, so it's all good. Okay, and then last but not least, we're going to do some Cajun Craze. So that's going to take this kind of springy looking card to more of a fall card because we're adding this rich Cajun Craze rusty color. Okay, so I've got that right there. Ooh, I need my scrap to protect my work surface here because I'm gonna get off the edge just a touch. So I'll put one down here going off the edge and another one right there. Oh, look at how awesome that is. Now this is all wonderful and messy. Let's take that piece of cardstock that we used as our guide, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. And this is probably like my favorite sentiment ever. Well, not ever, but in this set maybe. and it says miles apart but still in my heart. And what I love about this too is that the sentiment is kind of it's a mix of font. So it's got the heart scripty and then the font for that. So you know what I mean. Okay, now I'm gonna take my Pick a Banner punch and punch the end of this. This is, like I said, a 1-inch strip. So we're just gonna punch the end of that. And of course that landed in my ink pad. Now I gotta fish it out. You know I'm gonna get ink on myself for that. I can't help it. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this on here. Now I'm pretty much gonna cover up those lines, but I can take my little pencil and erase them if you're worried about them showing. That's why we did it nice and light. Okay. And then, trying to get my pencil put away. Then we're going to pop up this strip with our sentiment. So it'll look all fancy and pretty. And then there is just nothing better on this planet, in my personal opinion. Now I erased the lines, but I want to make sure I actually do go over the right spot. There we go. That looks pretty good. We'll trim this end off. Could I have masked it off? I guess, but I think this was just easier. At the end of the day, I've never professed to be anything other than a lazy stamper, and masking takes a lot more effort, you know, to like line up stuff to cover it up. I think this was just easier. And then the other thing is you always get that gap between where you've masked something and, you know, the edge of the paper. So I don't like that either. Okay, so I love the look of this. Let's throw this onto our card with, oops, some adhesive. And last but not least, we had to embellish it. I mean, hello. So I'm going to pull out some of my, ooh, could I be out of these? Oh dear. Hold on one second. Oh, hold on. I promise it'll be worth the wait. I had to get another package of champagne rhinestones. I was out. So I love the champagne rhinestones on here. They're so pretty. So I'm going to take and put a big one. And actually, I'm going to cheat because I did have a few big ones left in my stamp case here that I want to use up. And I'm going to put the big ones in the center of those flowers that we stamped in Cajun Craze. And then to balance that out, we're going to sprinkle some smaller ones around this card just to make it pretty. So we'll put one right there, and that looks fantastic. And then, oh, if somebody's asking why my dimensionals are like this, because I got a bum pack of dimensionals, and they punched through the backing normally. Like here's a normal sheet of dimensionals. I'm trying to use those up where it doesn't do that. You can see they will pop right off. It doesn't go through the whole sheet. So yeah, that's why. Well, Becky is a first-time watcher. Welcome, Becky. We're here every Monday at 5 p.m. Central. So come on back. We would love to have you. And then I'm just going to add to this a little extra linen thread, because linen thread always looks so nice with anything crumb cake. So I just wrapped it around a couple times, and then I'm going to tie a little bow. Now, most people would do this before they adhere it to your card. I'm not like most people, so it's just, it was honestly an afterthought to add this linen thread, but I knew it was going to look good, so I thought, yes, we should do it. Okay, so there we go. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? It's just so pretty. So this was, like I said, sort of my prequel for my video that's going to be posted on Wednesday, which is my Discover Your Creativity series, which is kind of getting back to the basics of stamping. And we're going to feature this stamp set, which is definitely a must-have in your collection, in my personal opinion. It's just so versatile. You can do so much with it. And I'm going to show you a whole bunch of samples on Wednesday. So come on back for that one. It's not a live video. It's pre-recorded. It'll just be posted next week. So let me bring back all the projects that I created today during our live and show them to you because they're pretty awesome. And then I'll go through everything. Again, I'll remind you, if there's anything you'd like to purchase, I'd be so grateful if you shopped my online store. I've got a link to my store in the name, in the description of this video, and you can find all of the details on my blog post tomorrow featuring these projects. So I'll take pictures of them and get them posted for you tomorrow. So we made this card with the Lovely You stamp set. We made this card with the Inspired Thoughts bundle. We made this card with the Bright Baubles bundle. And then the sentiment set was Christmas to Remember. So pretty. And then we did this gorgeous card with the Eden's Garden collection that you can purchase through my online store, and when you order the products from me, you'll also get a bonus tutorial. I also have a class for this that's totally separate that you can register for, and the link is in the description of this video. And then this was a fun fold. We are going to call it the Twin Peaks fun fold. That's not official, but it's like Creativity Cave official. And this was an example of a fun fold that you can create a project with and then share on my Stamping with the Creativity Cave Facebook group. You have 2 weeks to create a project with this, and when you share it, you'll be entered into a drawing for free stamps. So actually, it's a bundle I'm going to give away. So all of this, including this diagram, will be shared in that Facebook group. So you can check that out. And if you're not already in there, make sure you do. And then last but not least, don't forget, game night kicks off tonight with mystery stamping. You do need to be registered to participate. If you would like to get registered, there's a link in the description of this video. I would so appreciate having you join us because we are not sold out of packets yet, and I really would like that to happen. The cost is $41 for game night, and that includes 5 make and take projects, 4 games of bingo, 1 mystery stamping, as well as a bunch of really good stuff. Don't forget, a thumbs up and a subscribe to my channel would really help me with the YouTube people. They just love it when you do that. And I will be right back here next Monday for more awesome stamping projects. Thank you guys so much for being here. And for all of you who are first timers, welcome. We're glad you're here. How do you find Facebook? Go to Facebook and search Stamping with the Creativity Cave, and it will pop right up. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Have a great